It is time for another Dino-Defenders Extreme live stream. Hello Big Shark, hello the Dinosaur Man, hello Gary, how are we doing? They say dinosaurs! Let's go, Dino-Defenders time. At the gym, stopping by to hit that like button. Thank you Dinosaur Man. Hot creamy fart, welcome back. We all will enjoy the return of a hot, creamy fart. He says, what a pleasant surprise. Well, yes, so let me just think what I need to do. Oh, actually, I just realised what I do need to do. I need to do this so I can make sure that what I'm about to show isn't too spoilery, so okay, we're all good. We're all good. So let me put that back up for you, gents and ladies. Hello, Curtis. So yes, as you can see, we have the Megaraptor on top of this pyramid. I'm currently animating it coming up the side of the wall on the top here. So I've got many frames like this, and then he's going to come down. So yeah, let me just get rid of all those now. But you can kind of see what's happening here. And then you've got the Megaraptor and its cheeky grin. Hello, Scorm. Scorm! Mr. Shamika Man. Ah, it's Robo Dino. You've changed your name. Well, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing good. I didn't expect I was going to be streaming tonight, but earlier today I was doing some work and I was looking at everything that was going on in family life, and there was like a clean runway, so I thought, why not? So I was working on this frame a few days ago, getting the backgrounds down and whatnot. So now I need to kind of hide the neck, so he's ducking his head down. I want the fingers to start going over the edge here. Oh, actually it's too... really splay him out. Actually, we could start to do that. Actually, I think we can skip a few and just have it like splaying its hands out a bit. We have its body come down a bit. That kind of pose seems like a cardboard cutout stand you'd see at the store. Nice. Hello, Alex. Hello, Dr. Saurian. Good day, lads. Happy late Easter. Yes, happy Easter, everyone. Celebration of the resurrection of Christ, our Lord and Savior. Don't you forget it. I want to get its like spindly fingers. There you go. Hello Doug, he says, okay guys, what do y'all think is a criminally underrated dino that is your personal favourite? What, just in general? A Megasaurus. Mr. Jamaica Man, so when do we get green-haired Jack? Never again. Never had green hair. Ever. I'm not the Grinch. I love Christmas. What's your least favourite movie in the JP franchise? Jurassic Park 3. Trying to get some of the weight now to start to be distributed for its muscles. The legs in the background gonna be like this now. Yeah, it's actually quite stormy tonight here in the UK, so if you hear the wind clattering... Well, I'm not in the UK, I'm on the snow planet, what am I talking about? You'll hear the wind from the snow planet battering the outer walls of the Pterodome as it lies here crashed on this ice planet. UK? What am I talking about? I must be going crazy out here. Been here for ages. Jurassic Hort 2003 says, me, none of them. And message retracted, so I guess he didn't want to say that. Maybe he had a thought, he remembered someone. So contrast made your hair green. Yeah, I didn't spray my hair green. It was the what I did was this. Let me do it now. Where is it? Which video? Yeah, this one, right? Watch this. Watch this. I'll make my hair green again, just for you guys, okay? Just for you guys. Okay, right, here we go. There you go. That's now I have green hair. This is basically what I think I was doing on the stream, and then I think I had it maybe down a little bit like that. That's what happened. Now I'm the Grinch. Yeah. That's what the Grinch says, right? Alex says, how's episode 4 coming along? We're on episode 5. Episode 4's been and gone. But thank you, yeah. If you meant episode 5, yeah, it's going good. It's taken a lot longer because I've got less time, but yeah. I look like I have scurvy, says Hot Creamy Fart. Right. Put me back to normal. There we go. Dr. Saurian says, have you guys seen Super Dinosaur World 2? Mayup is basically the Megaraptor from Dino-Defenders Extreme with the agility and how ferocious it was in the documentary. I know, I saw the clips. I haven't seen the documentary because I can't be asked. But the, yeah, I saw the clips going around social media. It looked fun. It looked fun. I did enjoy the clips I saw. I love seeing the dinosaurs on, like, just normal grass. It's like... it's funny. Hey Pterodome, says Sam, you want to know something cool? I'm currently writing a story that would be like a JP and King Kong crossover, but not really. Cool, you had me there, but then you pulled the rug out from under me. I plan on turning it into a movie, and it will be awesome. I like your motivation. It will be awesome. There you go. That's positive affirmations all round. You're going to do it, son. Get it done. There you go. That's my positive affirmation for today. For you, sir. Anyway. Dinosaur Man says, I remember when Jack put on a blue filter on the stream. Oh yeah, yeah, I did do that once, didn't I? Crappy old blue filter. I don't mind, Pete. Right, I'm going to state the record, right? I'm going to state the record. State for the record right now. I don't care if people hate the blue filter. What I care about is when they just lamp it in Jurassic World's lap. I just wish people would put, like, I don't like the blue filter on the Jurassic movies. Is that hard? Because like all of them use it in certain different ways. Like people always give Jurassic World shit, but there's only a few scenes where the blue filter is like really prevalent. Other scenes, it's like when Owen's around the raptor paddock at the beginning of the film. That's a really warm looking scene. But anyway, whatever. It's an old debate. It doesn't mean anything. They can just stay mad at the colour blue because, I don't know, they're Republicans. I'm joking. Curtis Smith says, I watched all Jurassic Park movies. I watched the final one, Jurassic World Dominion. Good. I love Jurassic World Dominion. Especially the extended cut. The theatrical cut was alright. But nah. The extended one's where it's at. It's fun. I don't know how people can just not. I can't like it. Michael Farm says, I hate the blue filter in Waterworld. Mad Lad Jack says, Big Shark, glad he's back. Well, I'm just in a good mood. Just a happy fella. Plus, I've been drinking a ton of coffee. In other news, though, I got a new set of weights today. So, been working out. And I've been watching the Rocky movies, which are really inspirational for, I don't know, there's something about them that just gets me into the workout mood. So, I'm on this mission. I've got this like plan of like 2 months of solid workout every day. One day of rest a week, but yeah. Yeah, quarage out, exactly. Slow gravity make you soft. You get soft! Pandora will shit you out dead with no second warning. I can connect Rocky to Dino-Defenders Extreme. I mean, the connection is quite simple. Go on, Mr. Jamaica Man. Do it. Tell me your connection. Ooh, and you forgot the back claws here. Right. I want this thing to start really sticking its ass in the air, actually. It's got some like feline. I'm trying to imbue some feline behavior into its kind of like movements as best I can. So getting it to look really slinky. Maybe it'd be better if its arse started to stick up in the air like they do, like cats do, like when they're ready to pounce. Yeah, like that. Yeah, the Dinosaur Man is representing symbolism. Yeah. The Dinosaur Man is... I don't know, you've been really entertaining me over the last few weeks with your threads. It's nice to have someone come out of the woodwork and start making Jurassic content that like really speaks to like what I like about the franchise, or at least the movies, sorry. Like the filmmaking. Regardless of the quality of the films. Just finding like the movie making process interesting. It's people like Rob Ager who I watch who do really good film analysis that get me thinking about movies in a different way. And like watching his analysis videos of like The Shining and Eyes Wide Shut and The Thing and all that sort of jazz just makes me actually, you know what, I'll keep the tail there. Makes me look at movies in a different way, because I like hear the passion in his voice when he like talks about them and he reveals like theories and secrets and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's what I like about movies. Alex says, really enjoyed the Tanastropheus animation, very fluid. Thank you very much. How many dinosaur movies you watch? Ask Curtis. I've watched loads. From all across the spectrum of the history of dinosaur movies. From... Did I just put that on that layer? For God's sake. From the highest peaks of Fallen Kingdom to the lowest depths of Dinosaur Island from 1994. I've seen many a dinosaur film. What would I call that creature that appeared at the end of 65? Asked Doug the Rodan. Don't know. I just thought Jaguasaurus. Trying to think like Jaguar and a dinosaur. No, I haven't seen that trailer for Sauria. So, because that's got like dinosaur humanoids in it, right? Like dinosaurs have evolved to ride other dinosaurs. Am I correct in thinking that's what it's like? Because to me, like that. Obviously, I'm working on this animation that's all about like a prehistoric civilization that once existed, and I don't think I ever liked the idea of seeing it, or I like the idea of keeping it more of like a mystery. So whenever I see like, you know, you get it in like Warhammer with like the lizard men, you know, you get like lizard type dinosaur people riding dinosaurs and all that sort of stuff. And like while that is cool, I don't know, there's just something about it, like the concept for me I think works better considering dinosaurs were supposedly real and in the past, that if we did discover some sort of ancient civilization of some sort of dinosaur species that existed millions of years ago, that had evolved big brains and their own culture and way of life and all that sort of stuff, which was eerily similar to ours but very different, I wouldn't want to necessarily see it. I think it's better to keep it more secret. It's kind of like the space jockey in Alien, right? A lot of people complained that when they brought out the engineers, like, oh, it's spoiling that. And while I don't agree with that, the space jockey itself, like, looks different in such a way. It looks like it's been grown out of the chair. So it's all like, I speculate that what Ridley Scott was going for was that David would eventually create that living ship out of all the, you know, crew members and stuff. Like, that was an organic creature, as everyone suspected from the beginning, but it was like modeled after, it was like a bastardization of the gods that created man, that created David. And so the space jockey itself, I like the idea that actually that's not answered, so that leaves my mind to keep that open. So it's one of the reasons why I'm sad that Ridley Scott probably won't ever get to make Prometheus 3, or whatever you want to call it, right? Or the sequel to Alien Covenant. As far as we know, because obviously there's like another film coming out, Romulus, as it's called at the moment, and a TV series apparently. I don't know if Ridley Scott's like producing those, or if there's going to be answers in there, or whatever. But part of me right now is now accepting the fact that we might not get we probably won't get a Prometheus 3. And then I've come up with this idea that David took all these people off, and that's what created that ship in Alien. And all the eggs, bear in mind, right, that are inside the bottom of the ship. The thousands of eggs, just like the thousands of crew members he disappeared off into space with. And we know egg morphing's a thing in the Alien universe. With the first Alien, keep in mind, and all that. So it's like I have this headcanon of how I can connect it without actually seeing a movie. But it's just the only question that lingers is what happened to David. And I don't know, part of me feels like that David was like, he's a corruption in the circuitry, right? He's a glitch in the Matrix kind of thing. And there's always that like thing of like, at the end of Alien Covenant, is it Walter or David? And everyone like just goes, oh, it's obviously David. But I don't know if it is. I think it might be Walter who has been corrupted by David. It's just that the actor, you know, looks the same. So like, as soon as you get corrupted with the idea that David purports to Walter and gets him to play the flute and all that sort of stuff, at the end he says like, serve in heaven or rule in hell or whatever. It's like it caused a thing in Walter to turn on the human. So he killed David because David got ripped up, stabbed, all that sort of stuff. But then later on, when you see them on the ship, he's not stabbed, he's not wounded, it's just his hand, just like Walter. And we know Walter can heal himself, but then he's like, I don't know, maybe the cut's fake on his arm, but then they I don't know, it's meant to be up to interpretation, I guess. So, but yeah, I like to think that perhaps David exists in Alien. If we get no sequel to Alien Covenant, David exists in Alien as an idea, basically. And he corrupts Ash. Ash gets corrupted, or maybe Ash is infected with the David virus, basically. And that's why he practically spouts the same admiration for the alien, exactly word for word, as a perfect organism, as David did. Because they see the xenomorph, and it's like just a corruption happens. So, yeah, that's the way I see it at the moment, and I'm comfortable with thinking about that as like a kind of bit of lore in between Alien and Alien Covenant. So, Big Chuck says, very clear as David, since he has to patch himself while Walter self-heals. Yeah, but it wouldn't... It's like, did he fake it? Was Walter just keeping that wound open? George the Dino Guy says, nice to see your return on Twitter. Thank you. Crappy old Twitter. That's like my toilet online. That's where I go to dump links and dump stupidness and silliness and hopefully some interesting stuff. But yeah, I just go on there for the shits and giggles. But if they do David versus Predator, then they can have a giant badass fight with lasers and explosives. Ugh, God. Just turns into a Marvel franchise. It's connected to the multiverse. Everything's got to be a damn multiverse these days. It's like, can we get off the multiverse trend? It's boring. It's done. You cooked it. You cooked it. And I don't want to hear anything about everything everywhere all at once and how great it was. Because, yeah, it was a fun movie, but it's nothing revolutionary. It's a fun movie. It's weird. But it's not too weird because I've seen all that shit in other things. They need to move off the thing. Because, like, multiverse is basically anything can happen. And so it's like, once you have everything, nothing's special. It's again why I love the Jurassic universe. It's like a big middle finger up to all that sort of stuff. Anyway. George the Dino Guy says, I'm not fond of the multiverse myself, though. I think it could work with Doctor Who. Oh, it works with, like, Star Trek. It works with a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that, like, you know how, like, when The Matrix came out, every film started to look like The Matrix? And, like, everyone started wearing leather and shades and all that sort of stuff. It's like, that had to come to an end at some point. And we're in this sort of multiverse phase where Hollywood just loves to pump out anything multiverse. So many TV shows about the multiverse. It's like, once you open that door, there's like nothing left to surprise you. It's like, oh, a squid man is saying some stupid joke. I get it, he's a squid, he's not a human. What's that? A pair of dice are talking to each other. Ha ha ha! It's so funny. It's like, it's boring. Boring. CQT says, I think David could end up incorporating a little of his own synthetic with both human DNA and that of an alien, which will produce the classic biomechanical Xeno. Okay, again, David could have turned himself into the ship, the space jockey ship, right? When Dallas is like, it's fossilized. That could be fossilized with made up of David and the xenomorph and all the humans that he kidnapped. And the signal he sent out as a warning is like got an encoded virus that infects Ash or whatever. So all the pieces of the puzzle are there. It's just you just need that execution to show you the answer, how it all fits together. But I think it's all there. I've been thinking about it. I've been putting up like post-it notes on walls and tying string between them. I'm like, it connects, trust me. That's basically what I'm saying. There's a little of every artist in their work. Hell yeah. Nice, now I just need to do the blue. The Twitter blue. Because the blue of the Megaraptor represents the hideousness of Twitter. There's this bird that goes around and just, well, old school Twitter should I say, really, but some might argue new Twitter. So it's the Twitter bird blue. Sicky T says, I was on a big kick of alien theories a while back, studying David's drawings and shit. Nice. You should do a video on that, man. Should make it a video. It'd be well interesting. How the eggs they're just repurposed people, aren't they? That's what, like, the deleted scene in the director's cut of Alien, like, helps so much as a puzzle piece, because it shows how, like, the eggs can be manifested from a human. A single human can turn into an egg. So it's like, if you've got limited resources, well, when David was creating his next step of xenomorph, he obviously made it so they could, you know, reproduce with the queen, but also if there's no queen around, they can reproduce by egg morphing people. And obviously David probably egg morphed people, so that's why there's like thousands of eggs at the bottom of the ship, and we saw him disappear with thousands of crew members. It all makes sense. Siggity says, and Ridley seemingly lack of acknowledgement of Cameron's ideas, like the Queen. Not entirely, because do you remember on the Alien Covenant Blu-ray there was that, like, David, I think it was called David's Lab or something, and it was like a mini video of him. It was like the opening credits of like Seven or something. He was like cutting up stuff and that, and there was an audio file with Michael Fassbender talking, and he mentions, like, now for my greatest creation, the Queen, like that. So it's like he even mentioned it. And there are things like there's a few nods to, like, aliens in Covenant, but I do get what you mean. Like, he didn't fall for the easy low-hanging fruit of having a queen alien show up to have some sort of showdown or anything like that. He obviously is aware of, like, the scarcity of that creature makes it more interesting. So, like, you know, when you watch AVP and you see the Queen running around, it's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but, you know, it's not as interesting. It basically just becomes a big, like, Megaraptor from Dino-Defenders Extreme, and who's interested in that? I thought Ridley Scott, I might be wrong here, but I thought Ridley Scott actually helped Cameron with the design of the Queen, like, or at least he talked about it with Cameron and then discussed ideas or something like that when he was in production. But I don't know if that's true. I swear I heard something like that at one point. Hot Cream Fire says, but isn't tying it all together a bit Rogue One-ish? Seems like a rough trade to avoid Marvelization. Well, it's all down to the individual. Like I said, this is my headcanon. Like, I've just worked out. It's been fun working it out, and I feel like it's my own little personal victory until I find maybe a piece of evidence that completely debunks it. But until that happens, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Alien Director's Cut, or the theatrical. But Director's Cut, I think I prefer. Aliens Director's Cut, Alien Free Assembly Cut, and that's where it ends. Although that one scene from Alien Resurrection is just the best. Drink Eldritch constantly. Motion blur. Hello, Yaroslav. He says Resurrection and Requiem are the best. Requiem has a good Predator. I'll say that much. It's one of the best Predators, actually. Maybe the third best Predator after the first two. Gary says, I think Sony stole your idea of the Megaraptor's stances to make the quadruped theropod. No. Although, I did see some concept art statues and stuff for 65 today that looked awesome. And those creatures were hideously designed, and I suspect it's like so they put you in the shoes of the characters who are meeting these creatures and fear them and all that sort of stuff. So it's like they make them seem alien because, well, I don't want to say if you haven't seen 65. Spoilers. But it's a good movie. My only gripe with that movie is I wish there was one other survivor of the crash just to get eaten. And they needed that human human death. Just one. Just at least one. I need to up the size of this one, don't I? Yarosef says, Jack, sorry if you've already talked about this, but what are your hopes in terms of story for Romulus? I have no idea. I hope it's secretly Alien Covenant 2. There you go. Prometheus 3, the third prequel. I hope it's a secret like and because Ridley Scott I think is producing, because rumor has it, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard that the guy who's directing it pitched this idea to Ridley Scott literally in an elevator, and like an elevator pitch, and Ridley Scott loved it, but at the time he was told it wasn't really on the cards, and then it stuck with Ridley to the point where he's just basically called this guy up and say, let's make it, because I think maybe Disney reached out to Ridley or something like that, I don't know, but I've just heard that this elevator pitch, so whatever this idea is this guy has obviously won Ridley Scott over. So I'm like, okay, you've got me intrigued at least, but I don't know. It's all under the guise of Disney, and I just don't trust him. I just don't trust him to make something that just has that Disney feeling to it. That I'm like, don't know. Prey had it. Ugh. No, I just don't trust them. Don't trust their slop. I don't trust the slop they're dishing up. That's all it is. How lanky this thing's fingers are. I get him to look all hideous and like ghoulish. No. What I need to do is have it more tight. Yeah, just mentioned some Greek mythology to Ridley, and he was like, tell you what I've been watching this past week, because I'd seen one of these movies or two of them when I was younger. They always seem to be on TV really late at night, and I caught them, but I never really sat down. I remember being really confused by these movies. And I was like, one day I want to go through those movies and try and work out what is happening. And so I bought the box set the other day. I bought it for cheap on eBay. And I thought it was just going to be like, I'm just going to use Legend here for an example, but I just thought it was going to be like a DVD like this with like a load of discs inside. Because they said it came with 5 discs. This thing came. The Phantasm box set. I wonder if I can pull this up a bit more. I'll pull myself over. Look at this. Look at this beast. I was like, whoa. And it was only like £4 or something on eBay. It comes with 4 Phantasm movies and a disc of special features, which I've watched, right? These movies are nuts. And they don't make any sense. And when I watched all the making of, right? The making of these movies basically concluded with them going, it's just up to your interpretation. And you can just tell that like they didn't know where to take the story. So they just gave up and went, well, it's up to your interpretation. But there's like so many unanswered questions. And then I found out that in like the last one came out in like 1998 or something like that. Or was it 2000? I don't know. But there's a new 5th one that came out in 2016, and I watched that. It was actually all on YouTube, but it was on DVD for like a stupid price. I was like, you know what? I'll just watch the YouTube version. Sorry, but I watched it, and it was just so, I don't know, meh. But what was sad is like this genuinely has like a really interesting premise and a plot. But they keep doing this thing where every movie ends, and it ends on a cliffhanger. Like you feel like you've resolved the story to a certain degree, and then the rug gets pulled out from under you. You get sent back to square one each time. And like I noticed it in 1 and at the end of 1, I was like, okay, cool, that's the ending. 2, I thought here we're gonna get some answers. 2 was the best one in my opinion, but the 1 and 2, but 2 ended like the end of the first one where like this thing happens and you're like, okay, well we're back to square one again. And then 3 comes along and the freaking same thing happens again, and I'm like, oh my god. And then the 4th is meant to be like the end at the time before they made 5 in 2016. And even the 4th one has an ending like that. And I'm like, oh my god, they just didn't end it really. It's bloody annoying, but interesting movies if you haven't seen it. But look at this box set. Look at this. It's a beast. It's just like, I was like, what the hell? And it's really, really well done. But anyway, if you haven't seen these movies, Jesus Christ. They're really, yeah, they're really interesting. And just original. Like, you won't see anything like this anywhere else. And you can see the passion behind it for this idea, because this guy had this dream one night. The guy who wrote the stories and directed all 4 of these movies, but not the 5th one, but wrote the 5th one as well. He had a dream of being chased by this silver ball that would like get stuck in your head and drill into your head. And so he wrote a whole story around it. So, sorry, the DVD is Phantasm. This is the box set for the first 4 movies. But yeah, that's what I've watched those all week, all of them, and the 5th one, and all the bonus, or as many bonus features as I could handle. But yeah, interesting. Never seen it. Cracked me up. There's a lot of stuff in it where you're like, yeah, they wouldn't do that in a major movie today, but they actually probably wouldn't make that movie at all unless it was on a stupidly low budget, which it already was when they made it. But in the 80s, even really stupidly low budget movies could be semi-coherent, so they don't all turn out like Sharknadoes. Or some crappy straight to DVD Christmas movie with, I don't know, Meryl Streep. I forget the name of it though. There was a film I watched, a Japanese movie, which reminded me of the Phantasm films. Well, I watched the Japanese one ages ago. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. But they it was like a really original film, and I had this feeling when I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, don't think I've ever seen anything like this. It almost like feels like it's a different genre. And then I watched the Phantasm films, and they are horror films. But then I was like, but then they're sci-fi, and then they're like supernatural, and I was like, okay, this is getting crazy. But then I was like, this is reminding me of that Japanese film I watched years ago, and I can't remember the name of it now. It's like something like Century Boys or something. Someone in the chat might know the name. Just look up something. That's it. 20th Century Boys. If you've never watched 20th Century Boys, you're missing out. The first one is the best, but the the second one just goes off the rails, and I lost track of what the hell was going on. I wonder if I can find. There's a scene in it. 20th Century Boys click scene. There's a scene where this character like gets out of the car and just does this like stupid dance and this walk and click, and God, it's so funny. Big Shark says Dino-Defenders Extreme ends on a cliffhanger every episode. Yeah, but it's meant to be building up. It's meant to be all glued together to be one story. I have to release it as episodes to keep myself motivated. But you're not watching the final product. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, folks. Can I get this? That'll do. Don't pull a George. You've only seen half of a completed film. Oh, Boulder Dash. Why did I have to draw those on that bloomin' layer? Come here, you. Move you over there. Oopsie daisy. Oh no. Right. There we go. There we go. Eradicated the problem. Yeah, okay, so I'll need one more layer for the body, and then I just animate the tail. So, okay. Can you guys hear the music at all? Or have I just been sitting there being insanely loud for no reason because I've got headphones in? Yeah, you can hear the music, okay. Right, so let's do this. I always forget the little toe claw on the left foot. Here's something interesting about the Phantasm films. There's a scene where this girl, I think, gets kidnapped from Phantasm 2 and is like trapped in this room where she's going to be like on this gurney. Spoilers, by the way. She's going to be rolled back into this like cremation fire that's on, and there's this guy in a gas mask or whatever walking around like setting her up, and he's grinding he's got like a bag of human bones, and he's like making some sort of concoction. He's putting it in like this acid, and the bag of bones label says Sam Raimi. So it's like Sam Raimi's dead, and they're pouring him into this thing. And Sam Raimi is friends with the director and the writer, or he's like, or they knew each other or something. But he was like very fond, and he was going to be involved in the Phantasm films at some point, but he couldn't make it or whatever. So what he did was he gave a lot of the Evil Dead 2, people who worked on Evil Dead 2 and 3, I believe, to come and work on Phantasm 2. So there's like a shot of one of these silver ball things chasing people that, you know, these silver ball things attach to your head and drill into you and have saws or God knows what else. They're flying down these corridors and they're bashing through doors, and it's like a POV shot, and it's just like when the camera chases what's his face, Bruce Campbell, through the log cabin and like smashes through doors and stuff. Like you can see a lot of the like creative team's work reenacting a lot of the camera work from Evil Dead in that one. I noticed and I was like, oh, they're just copying Evil Dead. That's what I thought. And then when I'm watching the behind the scenes, I was like, oh, that's why, because it was literally the people from Evil Dead working on it. Or some people, should I say, because it doesn't happen all the time, but certain shots, you're like, this has been greatly infected by the Evil Dead bug. Doug the Rodan says, if y'all could be any dinosaur for a day, what would you be? I wouldn't want to be a dinosaur for a day. I mean, like, being a dinosaur would be horrendous. Saurian Bot says, hello peeps. Hello to you, sir. Sicky T says, thoughts on T-Rexes having lips now, for or against? I don't care. It's an animal. It's like whatever it's supposed to look like is God doesn't make mistakes, right? God does not make mistakes. So you're wrong to say that the design is silly or whatever. But there are those sort of monkeys and apes with those stupid flat noses that look like they've got a spoon on their face. God doesn't make mistakes, but that is an ugly ass animal. So yeah, T-Rex having lips. I just imagine that what is it? Like, you know, like how dogs have really long lips? Like, I just imagine the T-Rex probably had really hideously long lips. They're not cool and short like how all these people are drawing them, you know, with the lips are perfect. No, they're all floppy. They're all down here. They're dribbling loads. Like, that's what they're like. I think a good comparison is you take a normal, like, pig, right? Out of a not like one of these pink pigs, one of these kind of slightly hairy, snaffle-faced, like in the mud, coarse hair pigs, right, on a farm, stinking of shit, right? You take that, and then you take Porky Pig, right? So all these paleo artists are drawing the T-Rex now with lips, and to me they all just look like Porky Pig, whereas I'm imagining the real pig. Right? Its tail's flicking, it's shitting on the floor, pissing wherever it wants. These people draw these dinosaurs, and they're all like how I'm drawing them here. They're all pristine and like, ooh, smooth and blah, 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 and all this sort of stuff. Even in like really good art, they look really clean cut and suave. Like they might as well be in suit. And the real animal, that's the real T-Rex, right there. No one wants to admit it. Your precious Rexy stinks of piss. Gary Pope says JP Raptors had lip coverings. Your Megaraptor and Megalosaurus have lip coverings. Yeah, I know. I didn't say mine were the sniveling monsters of real life. No. I'm drawing them clean cut like the Porky Pig. I mean, look at the humans in this series. What have I walked in on? Jack went crazy, says Totem of Serpents. I'm just describing what a real life T-Rex would be like. That's what it would be like. Or like a slobbery dog, like a big, you know, like Beethoven type dog. That's a T-Rex. So if you like took all the fur and left some scraggly, wiry fur all over a St. Bernard, right? And put scars all over it and smashed it up and, you know, deprived it of food so it was more muscle than it was, you know, slobby fat. But its face has got those lips and it's just... Nah, you gotta think, like, dogs in the wild don't have those sloppy lips. Right, there's a flaw in my logic here. The ones with floppy lips have been bred like that. But then I think of birds, like, with those flappy red bits of skin, like bright red, and just look like chickens. I imagine that sort of stuff all over it. A 6-foot turkey. Yeah, Russian boars. I think once I've got this body done, this one, there's one more where it's like bent its arms and its head's in the right position and its legs are in the right position, and then I'll make that, and then I'll basically copy and paste that a few times to then get the tail, just the tail whipping, and then I'll add a couple of eyelids for it blinking. I think it should only blink once in this, and then I need to draw a human and a little communication, a piece of communication equipment. Can get those words out. Titanotub says it could have been more lizard-like with the lips, kind of like Charles R. Knight's paintings. It seems to have come full circle. Yeah. Next, they're going to discover that the Iguanodon's thumb spike was actually a birth defect in one Iguanodon hatchling that, you know, was meant to come out of the egg with its little nose horn and push its way out of its egg, like how some reptiles have that little nose horn that eventually drops off, or, you know, gets outgrown or whatever. But like it went wrong, so it kept it, and so the one Iguanodon skull that we have out in the world with the you know the thumb spike actually goes on its nose, and so we really do start to go back in time. Because I don't know if you know this fact, this absolutely true fact, that we only have found one Iguanodon skull and one thumb spike. So, just saying. That's a fact, by the way. You can look that up and it will be 100% true. That's just a fact. I'm a paleo guy, right? I know all the facts. And we've concocted this whole history of like Iguanodons having these thumb spikes and how they use that for defense, when really we've just found one stupid ass, dumb ass Iguanodon that couldn't lose its nose spike because, like a baby, it needed it for comfort. It's like sucking your thumb when you're like too old to suck your thumb. Big Shaq says we found out it wasn't a thumb bone, it's a different bone.
Is there mercy for those who strive so hard?
I hate this song. Why are they putting this song on? I don't want this song. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna rewind what I'm listening to. I don't like that song because it reminds me of like Ibiza and that kind of trancey music. It's kind of a done song from like, was it the 90s? Can't remember even who did it now. So we need to hear a Ministry of Sound Volume 8. It's the song you'd hear in the movie Human Traffic. Kevin and Perry go large. And you know what? I don't want to be reminded of Kevin and Perry go large right now. I'm talking about dinosaurs. It's something unrecognizable. Speaking of bones, Kevin and Perry go large. There's lots of boner jokes in that movie. Hello, the Dinosaur Man. Sweet. Hello, British the British frog, frog British the, and frog the British. I think I said all the combinations. Have that in your pipe and smoke it. If I take the white off and the colour, you can kind of see that. And just for context for you guys, to do with this shot before I move on to the next bit of the frame, I'll show you. So, Big Shark, you would have seen me working on this in the Discord when I did a little surprise private stream in there. I say private, anyone can access it. But this was the finished result. Got the camera looking at the top of the pyramid. And then you see something crawls out. What is that? Crawling out of the pyramid. Look at that. Snaking out of that pyramid. The British Frog says, thanks for the Fallen Kingdom videos. Really helped with my coursework. Also helped me see how good of a film it was. Banging. Glad I could help. I was hoping you'd give me an update on that. Oh, that's very nice to hear. Glad to have helped. I have got like a couple more planned, but I just need to get my ass into gear and do it, you know. Oh, I just realised I need to do a body and then some head and then the tail. Oh no, actually no, I'll just do the body like this. I'll do one more body then, so it'll be what, M27. Hey, it takes so long. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? Speaking of that, I could just duplicate M26, not the road, but the layer. I can just appropriate this layer a bit. Change some things about it. Mainly for the legs, because I don't want to keep doing the feet. So if I tweak this layer, it'll save a bit of time, I think. Because the back legs need to basically be where they are. They don't need to move anymore. It's like putting all its weight on the front now. More the yeah, no, I do need to sort the arms out a bit. Redo the hands. Oh, you know what? It might just actually be quicker to redo the hands. Stay on course. Stay on course. goes forward a little bit more. Alric says, thanks for the recent behind the scenes Dino Tracker videos. They are very interesting. Well, thank you for watching. Oh, I like to hear. I like to hear that people are enjoying those videos. I'm surprised they're like, I'll admit that I thought they would be sort of received quicker and shared about a bit more than they have been. But considering it's like the behind the scenes of like official Jurassic content, but it is a lot of talking. Like we do, it is like a proper podcast, and they are long videos, so it's like people might not have the time to sit down and fully watch them. But so I appreciate anyone who actually sits down and watches them. The British Frog says, I'm waiting for more Jurassic Battle Arena. Well, you will be pleased to know that I have got that in the works. That should be coming out pretty soon. And I think you guys are going to like it. It's a bit different from the other two. But yeah, I think you guys might appreciate it. Yeah, the bloopers were very fun. There's quite a few videos of us like messing up, but I just put the sort of funnier ones in there. The other ones are more us just like getting lines wrong and timing wrong. Which you need future movie cinematic universe? Jurassic franchise 65, Journey to the Center of the Earth, Land of the Lost, Peter Jackson's King Kong, Disney's Dinosaurs, Walk of the Dinosaurs movie, or both? There's not two options. I don't know. I have no idea. LT Grizz says, bro, what is behind him? Oh, it's Jurassic Park stuff, I think. Never mind. What's behind me? Oh, my hat. This. I'll put it over my headphones. Look. There you go. Look at that. Don't I look like a right doofus? Hello, welcome to the Terradome. Yeah, no, it's just this hat from Universal Studios in Hollywood. There's a film of Journey to the Center of the Earth. The British Frog looks like an old film. And it's actually got, you know, people... It was wrong for people to glue fins and spikes to lizards and make them perform as dinosaurs in older movies. But I will say this, that the Journey to the Center of the Earth movie from the 50s, which I believe I have here actually. This one with James Mason. This one here, Journey to the Center of the Earth, has the best lizard with fins glued on it. So there's a scene where they're on this beach and then a load of Dimetrodons come in and attack. And they, to me, I know they're lizards, but when I was watching it, I could very easily imagine them being like real Dimetrodons. Like, they were really well done. For that what should I say, that filming style, which isn't right. I do not condone it, but if I had to say which utilized that method the best, they get it. So yeah, there is a movie, Big Shag, sorry, The British Frog, and that's it. See you later, Curtis. Thanks for coming along. Do you think we can expect to see more Dino Tracker videos? I don't know. You'll have to wait and see. Hello, Neil Finart. Do you watch the Gaming Beaver, says LT Grizz? Yeah. Not all the time, but I love his Jurassic Battle Arenas on Jurassic World Evolution 2. I think they're fun to watch. I loved his what was it, that fish game where you eat and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and he was just like always trying to break the game by making his like fish super big. Those were fun. I tend to watch him when I'm washing up, so like when I've just got the washing up going, I tend to stick on a gaming beaver and just watch him prat around on some games for a while, or have a rant about Jurassic mobile games. Yeah, no, I watch him. I'm a subscriber to the old Gaming Beaver. Jurassic Room asks, I can't recall, but did you like Prehistoric Planet? I watched episode 1, beginning to end, and then I haven't seen anything else other than trailers and screenshots and memes. I've not watched any more than episode 1. I could see the show was really, really well made, but I don't know. I'm just not into like dinosaur documentaries. And that doesn't mean I don't like dinosaurs, and I don't find the creatures themselves fascinating in sort of the real sense, like what they were actually like. But in terms of like entertainment, dinosaur documentaries, just, I don't know. I might as well be watching a documentary about something I'm not interested in. Like, it had that same feeling, so I was like, I don't really want to sit here and watch dinosaurs. I just wasn't in the mood. There you go. That's one way of putting it. I just wasn't in the mood to watch a dinosaur documentary when I did. There might come a time when I do want to watch a dinosaur documentary. I'm in the mood for it, and then I will watch it. But I don't know. It didn't grab me. Like, Walking with Dinosaurs, I loved when I was a kid, and I've got the DVDs here somewhere, and I have nostalgia for those, but I don't really watch them that often. I'll probably get into those more when my daughter grows up and starts really, like, she loves dinosaurs, but if she grows up and gets into them more and wants to learn about dinosaurs, then I'll stick on Prehistoric Planet. But you know what, I might warp the back just a little bit. Just so it's not exactly the same. Just to help sell the illusion a little bit more. This frame's going to be on there for like a blip. It's barely going to be on screen, but when it's all flowing together, certain things stick out. So the Megaraptor is causing trouble again. Oh yes. Oh yes, sir, Bob. That's better. So now we need to do the tail. That up and then layer new. T1 Terminator 1. Put it underneath M27. Save. Let's save our progress. Nice cup of tea. LT Chris says W drawing. Oh, you wait till you see it in motion. Show you guys a shot from the other week that I did. Check this one out. I've already shown some people this, but watch this. You can see the T-Rex here, so that's the closest you'll get to seeing the T-Rex in Dino-Defenders. And guess what, look, it's got a horn nose! Jurassic Rim says, been pretty sour day today. Just hit the reptile hobbyist news that state officials in Florida massacred 35 pet snakes maliciously. It's extremely sad. Were they, what, in someone's house, or were they free? Did they get free, or what? What's the story there? Because if they're like an invasive species, that could be bad news, right? Lifini says, yeah, 65 wasn't all that great, to be honest. Fair enough. Your opinion. The tail should be hopefully pretty simple. Pretty simple affair. The tail will be a pretty simple affair. I should hope you enjoy the look at the Megaraptor tail as I animate the intricacies of it whipping in the background like a aggravated cat's tail. No, probably more smoother actually than a cat's tail. Although cat's tails are pretty smooth. Jurassic Room says they were owned by a breeder that had a permit made void by new laws in 2021. He tried to sell as many as he could to hand over 120 snakes, Jesus, but could not do so with only 5 months. So he asked for more time and I guess he ran out of time. And they came in and went, right, hand over your snakes. I don't mean to laugh. If they permanently love those snakes, that's a sad story. Neil Fidant says, I have yet to see 65 and personally don't plan to. Just a discount version of Specimen Breach, but with worse creature designs. You've got a sour taste for it because it's closer to your story than you'd like, right? I'll say this. I remember when I was working on Through the Dark and the Dawn and Avatar came out, and I have these characters living inside this giant tree. And it's a tree is way bigger than the one in Avatar. It's like a ridiculous sized tree. But, well, actually, no, maybe not that much bigger. But when I started seeing that in Avatar, I was like, oh my god. I was like, no. But I stuck to my guns. And, enjoyed it anyway. Just means I was onto a good idea. Right, so that's tail 1. Now we go layer. Oh no, wait, tail 1 needs to be blurred. So motion blur. Mr. Pigeon says, since you have worked on the marketing for Jurassic content and have been in contact with Universal and other Jurassic filmmakers, do you know if we can expect new announcement projects at JP30? I know as much as you do. Maybe a little bit more, but I'm not saying anything. I don't know what's coming. All I know is that Universal's branding this year is all Jurassic Park 30. I mean, look at the toys. Look at everything they're doing. You can tell by the display picture on YouTube that they've changed. That's their whole shtick this year. So we'll have to see. I haven't got anything planned for Jurassic June. I don't know what I'm doing this year to celebrate the 30th of Jurassic. I kind of want to just wait till the 50th. It's only 20 years away. It's like what was it they did for the bloody Return of the Jedi, right? Return of the Jedi is coming back out of cinemas for the 40th anniversary. It's like, you're 10 years off 50. Why don't you wait till the 50th anniversary? That means I've got to endure all the Star Wars crap when the 40th one comes along, and then only 10 years later we're going to be like, it's the 50th anniversary and all that nonsense. Why do they have to give the 40th anniversary? Why is 40th anniversary a thing? There's no milestone. Stupid. Stupid is what I say. Did Jurassic June start in 2015 or 2014? I can't remember. I think it might have been 2014 that it started in. When we realised we were like a year out, right? Yeah, because I did my 30 Days of Dinosaur videos in 2014. Swearingbot says the skinny pack hunters from 65 are called Laganasuchus. Laganasuchus. Doesn't really matter what they're called though. Like, that's why I'm glad the film never went out of its way to like say what the creatures were or what they were supposed to be or whatever. It's like, it's much more interesting like putting yourself in the shoes of the characters. You know, the emotional attachment you're meant to feel during the film, and not know, like they're alien to them. So it's like keep them that way for the audience. That's you're meant to be in their shoes. They're the characters. CT says, yeah, 2014, proper grassroots fan movement. Started by Nate Farrow, I think his last name was, which I spoke to the other day because, well, I won't say, it's a private thing, I think, but yeah, I had to message Sam, and Sam talked to him, so he was in contact with one of our guys recently. Yeah, it had Shannon Shea involved. God, I actually used to have someone who worked on the industry side involved. God. And then I came along and ruined it for everyone. Oh no, I've stuck the tail on. I don't need to do that. Yeah, all the creatures were pretty generic. But I don't think it that mattered. I don't think that impacted the plot. The only creature that wasn't generic was that one stuck in the tar or whatever that they rescued. Bumpy, that's what I'm going to call it. That was Bumpy. That thing was Bumpy from Camp Cretaceous. That's what it was. Right, I'm going to do one more tail, and then I'll put it into the edit, and then we'll see where we are with the animation before I move on. Actually, Mr. Pigeon, I didn't I didn't notice the Jurassic Park dinosaur sounds if there were any, but I'm sure they use some. Wouldn't be surprised. Fearless Jugi says, playlist please, Jack. What? Oh, he says, yo. Oh, that's it. What playlist? What are you talking about? Fearless Jugi, answer me. What are you talking about? Playlist. What are you, drunk? Actually, you know what? I'll do one more tale. 5's a good even number. 5's a good even number to end on. T5. Terminator 5. Nothing like Genesis. Ending on Genesis was a high for the Terminator franchise. Oh, what music? There should be a link in the description. It's a live stream. I've rewound it. Well, it will say the time, but no, it won't say the time. Minus 11:58-ish on the live stream. It's not a playlist, it's a live stream. That's why I didn't. That's why call me a goof. That's why. That's why I didn't know what he was talking about, because I'm not listening to a playlist. You goofs. You dingus. You muck dingus. Cheeseburger joke in the Lost World is so good, says Liffini. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a great joke. It's awesome. There's a lot to like about it. Mr. Pigeon says, I personally want to see an extended edition of 65. I feel a lot of scenes were cut out either way. I still enjoy the movie, reminding me of an 80s sci-fi action. Yeah, exactly. That's all it's meant to be, really, isn't it? Just join the beats. No worries, Fearless Jiggy. Big Shake says 65 was affected by COVID. Yeah, it would be interesting if there's like an alternate cut. But I doubt that they would release it. Unless we can start some sort of like stupid fan movement on Twitter. Release the 66 cut. I want to see the 66th cut. Come on. Cough it up. Right, now I've got the boring task of saving every single bloody one of these layers. Oh, we're going to be here a while. Oh, God. So many. Can you guys even see this on stream? Yeah, there's so many layers. I just wish you could highlight them all and then click save each layer as a PNG in like one go. I don't think you can do that. So firstly, let me make a folder to save them in. It is. Release the 65.5 cut. Oh my god, that's great. Saurianbot, I'm going to tweet that out. I'm going to tweet it out right now. Release the 65.5 cut. Ah, you can't put a point in a hashtag. 65. I'm going to have to write point. Right point. Release the 65.5 cut. There you go. Everyone go, and then at 65 movie, and let's get this trending, guys. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna see if I can find a 65 movie. See if we can get a GIF. Oh my god, we can. That's a good gift for it. There you go. Get that trending, guys. Oh, you know what? No. Oh no, I need to delete that tweet. I need to delete it and start again. Wait, let me delete, because I gotta put something more stupid in it to really try and make people think it's 100% legit. I wonder if people will say that I'm being really sad for doing this and not realise that release the 65.5 cut is the joke. Let's get it trending, y'all. And I'll use a... Let's get it trending, y'all. Oh no, actually put... Yes, let's get it trending. Release the 65.5 cut, 65 movie, let's get it trending. There you go. That's just serious enough for people who really despise 65 to think that I'm a loser for posting it. See what happens with that. Right, so we want this one. We want to go PG. Oopsie daisy. Right. File save as M1. Oh, it's going to take a while. So bear with me, guys. I'll save as M2. File save as P layer. How are we doing on the release? Oh yeah, there you go. Good. There you go, Saurianbot. I just retweeted and liked your tweet. Let's get it going. It's gonna go nowhere. It's gonna be like the saddest thing ever. Like 4 people who are really passionate about it. Us lot are the only ones who are gonna be excited about it. The British Frog says, I just left Twitter. What, you mean permanently? Good. Get away from it. Rot the brain. It'll rot the brain. Stop using it. Now let me... Oh, there you go. Dino Crispo. Excellent. Good. Let's get this going. Flood people's timelines with this stupid gimmick. get lost in the weeds here. So M3 is done. Right, we're going to be here forever if I don't do that. So we'll check on the 65.5 cut once I finish saving all these layers, which won't take too long if I just commit. What's this one? M5. M6. M7. Why do I get this sinking feeling that I'm going to wake up to a ton of messages tomorrow morning? Oh, why you want more 65? Because I like it, goddammit. And I know the film was cut. You know what the reply should be? If anyone replies with like, why would you want a 65 cut? 65.5 cut. That movie sucks. The dinosaurs are shit. Why do you want to perpetuate more shitty designs? You just reply with, well, it was better than Prehistoric Planet. Everything about 65 is better than Prehistoric Planet. Come on, we all know that. It's a straight up fact. If you don't like it, look at the IMDb scores. That proves it, right? Look at the Rotten Tomato scores. Proves it. That everyone is a paid shill for Prehistoric Planet. So, need to pull their heads out of their asses and realise that 65 is better. Nilfin out says, Jack, those are fighting words. I'll fly to the UK just to smack some sense into you. Hey, it's your idea, man. You should be backing it. It's a great idea. I'm essentially, by proxy, praising your idea, which is true. It's a great idea. You know, I think I told the story about Tim. Tim wrote a story about a spaceship that went through a wormhole and ended up back on Earth 65 million years ago, like crash landed on Earth, and he couldn't believe the 65 was made. Right, we're on M16, right? We're getting there. M16. My little gun sound. I hope you liked it. Woo! 16 and 17. Neil Finance says, since when do you shill for specimen breach? Hey, look, I'm going to be all over specimen breach once you get that first chunk of it out. I'll be all over it. Why not? Why wouldn't I be? I like Tremors. I like the designs that remind me of Tremors meets Jurassic in a blender. I'm all over it. You're speaking my language. I mean, you've seen the knife head dinosaur in Dino-Defenders, right? And I like Pacific Rim. So it's like that. It's that kind of thing. I'll make you a beta reader then. Sweet. Is it? I forget now. Is it like a full-on novel? Isn't it, or a comic book, or is it a, like animated series? Sicky T says, cool the nurse, I've had a specimen breach. Save as M26. Right, now we've got the T1. And now we have the T2. Yes, the T2. One of Arnold's best films. Yes, the T2. You like my movie, the T2, yes? It's one of my favorites. I starred alongside Robert Patrick. That man is very nice. But he doesn't play a nice man in T2, no! He plays a T-1000. It's a deadly liquid nanotechnology. Turns its arms into knives. I'll stop the joke there. I'll stop the Arnold joke there. Like, the Arnold voice impersonation is such a done joke. It's not funny anymore. I actually reached, literally right now, you've just witnessed the last moment that joke was funny. And we've come off the back of it now. Last person on planet Earth. That's it. You just witnessed history right there. Wait, what is this layer? M27, that's it. Right, so I can just save the trees. Right, what I'm going to do now, just for you guys, is I'm going to go right. Good, right. File save as. We have to save this as the frame we were working on, yes. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a separate program and put those frames together. I'll do it as quickly as I can because it's not going to take long, and then I will export it and then import it into here and then show you guys because I can't be bothered to flip the whole screen round to Premiere Pro. And I don't think you can see the edit because the screen's in a separate window. So it's probably best that I just do it quickly myself and then I'll show you the finished result. Sicky T says, could you automate your tweening with software like EbSynth? What? Or is it your preference to hand draw? Oh, always hand draw. I just love drawing like yeah, like classic cartoons. I'm trying to draw like I have a big drawing pad in front of me, but obviously some people really perfect that. But I kind of like the rough edges to it. Because like I've seen programs where like you draw a line and if it's a bit squiffy, it like then it like straightens it all out and all that jazz, and I'm like, that's, I don't know. I like to go in and craft the lines myself. I don't know. It's just satisfying to me. It takes longer, but whatever. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. You know, if I draw a line and it's a bit squiggly and then it fits itself to look really smooth and thing, it's like the next step from that is just typing in commands to AI. Right? That's just the next leap. I don't want to be like an AI artist. Butt grind. Just judging the pace of some of these frames. AI stuff seems very soulless to me, but it's here to stay, says Sicky T, because the alternative is extremely aggressive regulation. That'd suck even more. Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen some interesting stuff with AI, but that sort of stuff, I mean, just, I don't know, the whole idea of an AI future seems a bit daunting. Right, so that's what I'll do there. Yeah, the British frog, you're right. AI will be both good and bad, like everything else in life. It will have its plus and its minuses. We hope. Why can't I do this? I've nearly got this done, so. testing something, bear with me. It's pretty good. Right, so I'm going to render this out. Is on pot with NFTs is something I genuinely hate and want to see crumble into the ground, Neil Finat says. They're here to stay. They ain't going anywhere. In some form or another, they're going to be like... I don't know. They'll evolve. See, here's the thing about NFTs, right? Let me explain this, right? We're seeing NFTs as like these dumb, stupid 2D, quick drawings, AI randomized, flat monkeys and cats and God knows what else, or 3D animated art, blah, blah, blah. But here's something, right? So when they perfect, which they will, when they perfect augmented reality glasses, right? That means you could buy an NFT of something like this, the original Chaos Effect Velociraptor, and you buy it like a toy. You'd buy it like a toy on the shelf, and instead of being this plastic, you know, have to use your imagination to have it play or whatever when you're a kid, you put these glasses on, you open your NFT you've bought, and then you can interact with it like anywhere you look. It could be on any surface and it can do whatever, but it's like so real, it's there, and you can interact with it. It's like that sort of thing. Yeah, Ready Player One shit. It's not that far off. All the tech's there. So while right now NFTs and things like that might seem like really daft, like I see it as like we're in the phase of like, you know, when cars, when people were trying to invent cars and they came up with those, or like planes, and they came up with that one that's like a car with an umbrella on top that just bounces up and down because they're hoping it would fly like that. Or like, oh, you see all these crappy planes that they try and make first. It's like that's what the kind of like where we are at the moment. People are trying to work out what they can do, knowing they want to fly. That's the thing, and it could be a very sort of, I don't know, virtual world. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying this is like the future. Like it's coming. Neil Finance says, okay, but you're not buying an actual image, you're buying a hyperlink to an image that could be edited or stolen by right-click save or screen grab. Okay, let me put it this way. I could buy a DVD, and I don't actually own the actual film, I own a disc, and someone could come in and just steal that. Like, there's no difference. It's all like the difference is the physicality of it. But like, I don't own the actual film. The film's like, I watch the film and the film lives in here through my visual and audio experience. So it's like that's what it's all about. It's like all these games that you stream on like Steam and stuff. You don't actually own a disc. It's just on Steam. It's like obviously there's running the risk of like, oh, you know, if the internet goes down, then blah, blah, blah. It's like, if the internet goes down, I think we're going to be worrying a little bit more about some other things rather than we've lost our NFTs. If the internet went down globally, I'm saying like, or, you know, the last thing I'd be thinking about is if I bought any NFTs. Yeah, I agree, Tyler Steps. We do need to think things through and communicate with each other effectively. My thing with NFTs is, like, I'm not heavily into them. I work on some stuff to, like, sell them and all that, but it's like if I made Funko Pops, right, in a factory. I don't buy Funko Pops, but would I do a job to provide for my family working in a factory making Funko Pops? Yeah, if I needed to. Of course I would. Neil Finance says, I hate that your comparison is grounded. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get you to like NFTs. You can hate them as much as you want. I don't like Funko Pops, right? But many people love them and they buy the shit out of them. I can't stand the big-headed little shits. But there they are, plaguing people's walls like they can't get enough of them. It's the same thing. Right, I'm trying to save this bloody thing because I've done it. Like, one test, I'm going to call it. One test, and then you guys can see it. I'm getting distracted by talking about NFTs. Sicky T said I'd rather starve than work for Funko. My family would understand. Funkos are just physical NFTs. All toys and stuff like that are physical NFTs. It's like statues. Like, people spend hundreds of thousands on like these giant statues of like Jurassic Park dinosaurs to sit on a shelf. Can't do anything with them except look at them and light them and stuff like that. But you can do that with NFTs. You just look at them. Dino-Defenders Extreme. I have some physical backgrounds and some sketches and all that sort of stuff, but no one physically owns Dino-Defenders Extreme. It's out there on the internet. You can only access it via YouTube if you want the story. Anyway, right, let me open this bloody thing. Show you guys what I've done. I haven't added any mist or anything like that, and this isn't the final frame. There's still loads more little details and stuff I want to add into this frame and extra stuff. But this is what we got so far. Okay, got a bit janky towards the middle there. What's going on? I think some frames are a little bit shorter than a little bit long. Yeah, a little bit longer. Yeah, it gets a bit janky, but I can sort that out. But you can see, he comes up. I love it. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Baby, you see me. Now you don't. Now you see me. Yeah, yeah. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl. Right, one more time. Did I make it blink? I thought I made it blink at one point. Did I not? Oh, yeah, no, because I wanted its eyes on the prize. That was it. Right, anyway, we're going to carry on with this now. That's looking good. And now what I'm going to do is get M27 and MT5, and I'm going to blend those layers. I'm going to get rid of all the other T's and all the other M's. Delete them. Delete the colour for the Megaraptor because I don't need that. And then open up what am I looking for? What am I looking for? The character. Well, no, actually, I can get it from episode 5, I think. One of the bits from episode 5. Yes. Megaraptor pyramid. Here he be. It's Wesley. And flip him over. Yeah, and I want him like that, so put him down there. Oop, move that layer. See you, the British Frog. Thank you for coming. Here's an idea. Why not have the Megaraptor pulling both legs up as it climbs on the roof to show speed? Oh, because the pyramid's quite complicated to climb up, so I wanted to get it like sort of more smoothly, like snaking up the side. Right, much longer I'm going to stream for. I would love to do some watercolouring, but I might have to do that in my spare time. Whoa, why does this take us so long to load? What's happening? What have I done? This file is taking ages to open. Why did it take so long to open? It's just this one. Anyway, right, let's get a Wesley. Let's get a Wesley. Anyone will do. Well, actually, yeah, anyone will do. Stick him up there. Get rid of that file. No, don't want to save anything. Right now, Wesley. Wesley, yes. Let's do this. He's going to be blurred like this anyway, so I'm not too worried about getting it to look exactly the same or whatever, but he's going to be blurred, so make him look a little bit dishevelled. The thermos right next to me was making this hissing sounds because air pressure was pushing it out, pushing the air out of the thing. Release the 65.5 cut, says the Dinosaur Man. Yes! See you later, Titan of Serpents. Thank you for coming along. Oh gosh, darn it, nearly done. That'll do. Oh, and you know, I might as well do his scars over the top. And he's got a little bit of blood. Got a little bit of blood. Like so, and then let's get the layer. You know I might actually be able to do this. Nope. If I bring it up over like that, and then we'll just colour these in normally. Nope, what am I doing? How gnarly that be. Wesley sees another him like a sun mirage. Oh, like this Wesley standing and talking to him while the Megaraptor's behind him about to pounce. He just turns up like that and goes, use. He says, use the force. Puke. Do you like my little joke there? Well, poo. I didn't do this. Let's do that. There you go. Already coloured in hard, then the screen all wobbled. Right. Go. And there's Wesley. Just need to blur him. Oh, actually, I need to light this side, actually, I think. Blur. You know what, before I blur, I might actually bring his hair down a little bit more, because I think... Let me just look at something. mess his hair up a little bit, I think. She's just done a lot of running and climbing. A bit there. Anyway, right, file blur, box blur. Box blur. Gary says, yeah, I'm not rooting for Wesley, I'm just not. Right, so there's Wesley, and I think that's where I'm going to end the stream today. I'm just going to save that. Save this. There's West. I'll save it as that. Oh god, no, nope, nope, nope. There we go. Alright, well, thanks guys for coming to tonight's stream. I hope you have all had fun. How long have we been streaming for? I don't even know. 2.5 hours. Hey, perfect time. There you go. Yeah, oh, before we go, let's check on where we are with our hashtag. Oh, yeah. Yep, okay, release the 65 cut, there you go, perfect. Release the 65 cut, thank you the British Frog, thank you the Dinosaur Man. 65, best thing I've ever seen, better than Prehistoric Planet. The British Frog just dropping the instant trolling there. Love it. Well, we'll see how that goes. Hey, what's this? Dinosaur Man has posted a video where he's comparing Jurassic Park to Dinosaurs. King Kong to the gates, I'm assuming. Hey, I'm excited for that. Anyway, right. I will see you guys in the near future. Please look out for the next Jurassic battle coming soon, hopefully. And whenever I get time to do other videos, I'll do them. Stay safe. Stay cushy. And see you later.